It is an end to an era as we cap off the final film of the DCEU. That's right, folks. I am here to bring you my review of the new film Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the new film Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which is coming to theaters December 22nd. So yes, this is Aquaman 2, the sequel to the original Aquaman film, and as I mentioned, the final film in the DCEU before all things head towards James Gunn new universe that he's creating and building and whatnot. But with that being said, it's a little bit of sweet. I really have enjoyed a lot of these films in the DCEU. I was very high on the casting. And yes, there were some ups, there were some downs. And I would love to see some of these folks reprise their roles with these characters going forward with James Gunn, but it doesn't look like any of that is happening. But nonetheless, going into this film, I was just very much like, well, here we go. No expectations. And even coming out of it, I didn't really feel anything but the word fun. The word fun came to mind a bunch of times. To my surprise, I got to see this in IMAX 3D. I definitely just was not expecting that. I think when I was walking in the theaters and I saw the glasses on, I was like 3D, and I haven't seen a 3D movie in theaters in a while. I can't even tell you what the last film I've seen. So with that being said, IMAX 3D, the 3D effects, not a lot of it, but hey, I think a lot of the underwater visuals always look pretty good in 3D. Matter of fact, Avatar comes to mind here. But with that, Avatar, Wakanda Forever, and now this, we talk about films with big budgets and really focusing on a lot of the underwater stuff. 3D definitely has its benefits, but still not a lot of things sort of being thrown at you at the screen. But when they did, they kind of did it good. The other big question and elephant in the room was Amber Heard. And you think, what would they do as she is the character Mirror? Well, there was a lot of Amber Heard, because not only did they just kind of just turn the page on everything that was happening with her outside of the film, they also made sure that the character was relevant. If you don't know the story, Aquaman and Mirror, they get married, they have a child, so there is a little Arthur Jr., and she's very present as a parent. She also really comes to save the day more times than none when it comes down to some of the situations that Arthur got himself into. So yeah, they absolutely didn't try to hide her anywhere in this. She was very much in the film and very present in a lot of different things. At this rate now, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, it's a lot of him in this character. So yeah, if you like Jason Momoa, you're going to like his portrayal of Aquaman. And yes, if you've seen the Justice League or even the Flash, where he has a little cameo and whatnot, Jason Momoa is Aquaman. I think, again, as I've been very much in love with the casting choices that they've made in the DCEU, I still can't help but to think that the Aquaman that I've read in the comics or seen in on the cartoons or any other different media, that Jason is really taking this character and made it his own. And I think that's sort of just the legacy that we're going to kind of look back on and really understand and hopefully appreciate just his work with this character. So another good outing of Jason Momoa with this character. And then you kind of think, well, what's next? Well, what next is James Gunn. This film definitely didn't give us anything to connect or even speculate. They kind of said, we did a film. Thank you very much. Have a good day. So there's that. But as I mentioned, the words that kind of jump out to me in terms of how I felt about this film was fun. Didn't hate it, didn't love it. No expectations. Wasn't overly impressed about anything that happened in the film. Some good moments, maybe even some memorable moments. Definitely some humor, but overly fun. I also could not help but to think that Godzilla should have shown up in this film one way or another. There was definitely some Titans in the film, so I was like, yeah, I don't see no problem with Godzilla showing up. I mean, they're all under the same umbrella here. So, yeah, go and throw in some Godzilla. There's also a low-key reference, which is interesting because, well, we know the Internals made a DC reference, so it's good to see DC throw one back. Low-key reference was really cool. And then you had some new additions to the, shall we say, Aquaman series, and that becomes arguably one of the best decisions with Randall Park as Dr. Shin. He's a marine biologist who is just obsessed with finding Atlantis. He happens to run into David Kane, who is Yahya Abdul-Mateen's character, or Black Manta, who basically is like his big bully. Makes him do whatever he wants. But listen, at some point, Dr. Shin starts to grow a pair, and this character is just fun the entire time. Randall is phenomenal actor. Didn't think that this supporting character would be so relevant, but yeah, he was in the film a lot. But I enjoyed the character, so I'm not mad at that at all. And along with that too, Black Manta, and the whole thing with this film is that he wants to avenge his dad. He ends up going down the path of freeing or needing to free an ancient evil. And Aquaman, in order to find Black Manta, who's also creating some weather anomalies for his actions, he has to go back and get his brother. Yeah, Ocean Master, Ocean Master is one of my favorite villains in terms of the DC comics and cartoons. And I gotta say, like, I like my Ocean Master pretty evil. He's a lot of fun in this, and I love Patrick Wilson, so I'm not mad at his portrayal, but like, I'm just not used to my Ocean Master being so likable, and he was definitely likable, and the two brothers really had good banter with one another, and you really bought into that brotherly dynamic. So, I'm not mad at that. So, with that being said, this film had zero Easter eggs. I mean, the Loki reference, if you want to call it, but like zero Easter eggs, really no connectability. I definitely thought that, Aquaman probably should have called Superman up to kind of squash a lot of the silliness that was happening. But Black Manta easily could have got that. I got that done and fixed in no time. But yeah, no Easter eggs, no connectability, and definitely no appearances from any of our Justice League friends. So you don't have to worry about that. This is a straight Aquaman film where him, his son, his wife, his brother, and the kingdoms all are trying to protect themselves against Black Manta. So there's really not a lot to really talk with this film. I felt like the film maybe was a little bit longer than it needed to, but with a solid third act that definitely had a pretty dope fight scene. The Black Manta Aquaman fight scene was pretty dope. I definitely was digging that. It was just pretty chill. It's a pretty chill yet fun film. James Wan, the director, does a really good job in making things look creepy. So I definitely loved when you get to the part of the film, what I'm talking about here. I definitely love the designs of the these sort of demonic villains that shows up towards the end of the film. But yeah, listen, if you're tracking this film in terms of something you need to watch, by all means do so. I did not think this film was nothing more than a bit meh. Very C. Didn't hate it, didn't love it. A lot of fun. Again, an end to an era. I would say go see it in IMAX. I don't think IMAX 3D is a big need here, but overly, it's a fun time. You're going to have some laughs. You're going to see Aquaman, a.k.a. Jason Momoa, a.k.a. Aquaman, because they're just one and the same at this point. As Arthur Curry, Jason just really brought this character to life, really made it his own. He's a lot of fun, and definitely keeps your attention the entire time. Again, one of my favorite characters in Ocean Master. Was definitely good and cool to see him be such an importance to the film. But as I mentioned, I like to see my Ocean Master is more of a baddie, and he's definitely not that at all. Amber Heard is in the film as Mirror, and yes, she absolutely is in the film. A lot more than none. A lot more than I was, I guess, speculating that she wouldn't due to everything. I thought they would try to like cut her out, but definitely didn't do that. Yahya Abdul-Mateen as Black Manta. Definitely cool. Definitely like this portrayal. Nicole Kidman, she does her thing as the queen and former queen. And, she's a fantastic actor. So giving her even minimum screen time, she's going to make the most of it. And as I mentioned, Randall Park, the new addition, is Dr. Shen. Absolutely just a fun time from A to Z with this character. So anyway, check it out. That's all I got to say about it. Jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about it. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.